I know many of you are interested to know how to do an SEO audit for your website. SEO audit don't have to be complicated and using pages. So in this video, I'm going to share how you can do a simple but effective SEO audit yourself by using completely free tools, and it works for any website. Now, let's get started. Hey friends, Grace here. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I share digital growth tips and strategies to business owners or digital marketers like you. Before we dive right in, just to keep in mind that SEO audits can come with different scale. Can be a really simple one by just visually checking the site SEO elements to a really in-depth one with using sophisticated page tools. And the one that I'm going to share is the basic one, but still can help you uncover 90% of your site SEO issues. For a typical SEO audit, we'll cover 4 areas: the SEO performance, technical SEO, on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and we'll go through them one by one. The first thing in an SEO audit is to check the performance trend line, because then you can quickly grab a sense of how the site is performing, and it will give you some clues as you go deeper in the SEO auditing process. So besides Google Analytics, the best tool I always recommend is Google Search Console. It's completely free, and you will get the most accurate picture about your site SEO performance because the data is from Google. Now go to Google Search Console. So in this tutorial, I assume you have already verified your site ownership. But if you don't, I also put a link in the description so you can follow the instruction. Now click on the field report to open the performance dashboard. So here you will see the snapshot of the clicks, search impression, click-through rate, and also ranking position performance. Then first, what I usually do, particularly if I haven't done any SEO audit for the site, is to first filter to show the past 12 months data to see the trend. Because this site is just recently being verified, so there's no past 12 months data we can see. But what I mean is try to see what the trends looks like, whether it's remaining flat, an upward trend, or showing a downward trend, and when it starts happening. And then what I do is to compare a 6 months growth, so you can zoom in a little bit more to see if there's an actual growth for each metrics. For example, what kind of keywords and which landing page shows the biggest improvement or drops in clicks. And if any keyword shows more than 10 position changes. So these are the areas that we want to take note in the audit process. So usually for a site-wide natural growth without any SEO efforts, you should expect at least 5 to 10% growth if you keep adding new content to your site. But if you see a downward trend, usually it means that competitors are doing better, or maybe there's some algo change that your site hasn't kept up with. Now let's move on to the technical SEO audit. So a technical SEO audit focuses on the technical elements that can impact your site SEO performance, such as the crawlability, the indexability of your site. And by using Google Search Console, you can already do a basic technical audit. Again, on Google Search Console, go to Settings, under Crawling, click Robot Stock Text. So a robot doc text is a text file to instruct the search engines how to crawl and index your page. And this is important to make sure it doesn't return any error like 404 not found errors. And you can also open the live versions robot doc text file to see if any pages are being blocked with the disallowed command. And now go back and click Crawl Stacks. So here is the report indicating how frequent Google crawls your site and the crawl results by response. And under the crawl request breakdown, we want to check the percentage of the OK 200 response. We want to make sure it's at least 85% or even 90% above, because if the percentage of other response like redirection, server error, or not found is too high, then it is not a good sign. The next thing we're going to check is the indexability. So that is how the pages are indexed on Google. First, we need to check the sitemap. Under indexing, go to sitemap. So a sitemap is a file that lists all the important pages that you want the search engines to crawl under your domain. We want to make sure the sitemap has been submitted without errors. And if you see any errors, like in this case, there is an error, so check which line has an error and fix it. So sometimes it may be just an HTML or XML coding errors, or it may be a complete formatting errors. And if it's error-free, you can directly check the indexability report here, or you can click the page report under indexing. So this is the report that lists out all the indexed and non-indexed pages and the reason why they are not indexed. So first, we're gonna check is the trend line. if there is any sudden drop or sudden increase in the total number of indexed pages, because in either cases are not a good sign. It may be due to that there is some technical issues that cause the changes. But if you see both bars keep increasing gradually over time and you haven't done anything specific, then that's pretty normal. Then we're going to check the breakdown reasons below, particularly for those areas that show significantly more pages that needs attention. For example, in this case, there are over 6,000 pages that Google detected to be duplicated but without a canonical link. So we want to check if any patterns we see from these pages and to fix them. And usually it can be fixed by specifying the canonical link to hint Google the original versions for that page. Other coverage errors also include the 404 not found error, so my suggestions is always keep it no more than 5%. So in this case, this site has over 5,000 pages indexed, but there are 600 not found pages, which is almost 15%. So this is also another area to investigate. Another indexing error is excluded by no index tag. So these pages are excluded because there is a no index tag set on the page. So what we want to do is to double check if there are any important pages on this list which we actually want Google to index. So that will be another fix. Another type of issue is about crawl but currently not indexed, meaning Google has crawled but decide not to index. So usually these are the pages Google consider as outdated or low quality. So you may want to redirect them to a more relevant page or just set a no index tag. But if you see there are some important pages that should be indexed, then you should investigate if any content issue. So there are other reasons like pages that are blocked by robot stock tags, so I won't go through them one by one. But you should be alert if you see any of these areas showing a significantly high proportion of your site total indexed pages. And if you want to investigate further, you can use the URL inspector. Type in your URL and see if anything abnormal, when is the last time Google crawled this URL, and also if this URL has been indexed. So you can do it by checking each URL one by one. The next thing we want to check is the site experience because they are one of the ranking factors. And now head over to the page experience report under the experience section. And here you will see two areas. One is the core web vitals that measure the speed, interactivity, and visual stability to determine the overall loading speed for a site on both mobile and desktop. So in this case, it's doing pretty good on both platforms. Another area is the HTTPS. So Google prefers to index HTTPS URLs and is also a ranking factor. So here you can quickly see if anything abnormal. And if you see any areas have issue detected, you can go to check the specific reports, the Core Web Vitals report to see which URLs needs improvement, or the HTTPS report to see if any crawl URLs are still on HTTP version, because Google treats them as two separate URLs. And bonus tip is you can also use the free Google PageSpeed tool to check more detailed insights, and you can check out my other video on SEO Tools. And now if your site has any structure markup installed, then you will also see there is a section called Enhancement that Google show all the structure markup detected on your site. And you can go check each of them to see if any errors are flagged. And now we're gonna check if there is any manual action regarding to Google penalty. Usually it rarely happens, but if you see there is a huge performance drop earlier, then you may want to check here to see if anything needs to be adjusted that goes against the Google spam policy. A pro tip here, if you also have a testing website like a UAT website, make sure you mark a no index tag to the whole website, or you make it a password protected site, because otherwise Google gonna index them and show them on the search result page. And this is the mistake I've seen a lot of brands has made. Before we head over to talk about the on-page SEO, if you want to do a little bit more in-depth technical SEO audit, then I highly recommend installing the Ahrefs Webmaster tool. So this is a completely free tool that allows you to dig deeper on your site technical SEO issues. To start using Ahrefs Webmaster Tools, go to ahrefs.com/webmastertools and sign up for free. So once you sign up, you can then import your projects from your Google Search Console. So Ahrefs allows you to schedule regular site crawl, which is a useful feature. But for the demo purpose, I'll just turn off both the start crawling now and the weekly crawl schedule. But you can always change it afterwards from the settings. For each verified project, the first 5,000 URLs crawl is free. I would say it's pretty enough for most of the website. Even if you have a huge website, more than 5,000 pages, you're still able to identify lots of issues and patterns. And now you will see the imported projects are being shown on the dashboard. Before we start crawling, go to Settings and URL Sources, then make sure the checkbox for backlink is checked there, so you can also check the backlinks that pointing to your site. To start the crawling, click on the project and then click New Crawl at the top. Then it will start crawling. For a small site, usually it can be done within an hour, while bigger site it may take up a few hours and more than that. So assume the crawling is completed. Now you can click and check the crawl results. On the Overview tab, you will see an overall health score based on the crawl issues found. Although it doesn't say anything about your site SEO performance, you can grab a sense of how your site technical SEO is doing by just looking at this score. So in this case, 79 is not too bad. When you scroll down, you will see the top issues that needs attention. So there are lots of features here and I won't go through all of them one by one, but only those I think are important and also those you cannot track using the Google Search Console. So the most important part is the All Issues tab. So Ahrefs by default, it tracks 170 types of issue, ranging from technical SEO to on-page SEO, and if they are critical or non-critical. And here you will see the summary of all your site's issue flagged by Ahrefs. So not all of them needs immediate fix. I would say if the number is not crazily big, like over 100 or even 1,000, depending on your website size, is still acceptable. And most of the time, you should always focus on those critical issues first. And you can filter by the issue importance to only those that are considered a critical error. So for example, this one, page has links to broken page. So click on it and you can dig deeper on which page needs to be fixed on your CMS. If you want, you can also head over to each report where Ahrefs classify them into each area. For example, the indexability report showing you how many pages are indexable, the link report, you can easily identify any broken links, and also the redirect report that shows any URLs are redirected. So pretty similar to what you can also get from Google Search Console, so I won't go through each report in detail. But now I want to show you the content report. So this is where you identify any on-page SEO issues like multiple title tags, missing title tags, H1 tag, meta description, and if they're following the best practice. And this is where you will not be able to check on Google Search Console. So you can click on any tab and see which URLs needs to be improved. I would say the title tag and H1 tag setup is more important, so you want to make sure you keep the error as minimal as possible. Now another report, duplicates. So this is where you can track duplicates and canonical links issues. So it will help you to identify any pages that are nearly duplicated in terms of the content and also on-page elements. For example, you can easily identify if any page with duplicated title tags, meta description. Like in this case, there are lots of pages with duplicated page title and you want to investigate them. Now let's talk about the on-page SEO audit. So basically, an on-page SEO audit covers every SEO elements on your page, including the keywords that you use, the content relevance. And while we have covered the technical on-page SEO elements like the page title tag, the header tags using the Ahrefs site auditing function, and now we can use the Site Explorer function to audit our rendered keywords, and these are very useful features to supplement on top of your Google Search Console findings. Now click Site Explorer, type in your verified website, then click the Organic Keywords report. So with this free webmaster tool, you can check all your rendered keywords for a site. The biggest difference with Google Search Console is that now you also get the search volume and keyword difficulty score, so you can prioritize which keywords to focus first. Now there are two opportunities you can get. First is filter keywords with position number 2 to 20. So these are the keywords that have the biggest potential in ranking improvement. So you should prioritize to optimize first based on the search demand and also keyword difficulty. For example, changing the page title, increasing the content relevance, adding more relevant images or other content. Alternatively, you can also head over to the opportunity section, low-hanging fruits keywords, that Ahrefs will automatically filter position number 4 to 15 for you. And second, under the opportunities, click on Feature Snippet. So here, this report Ahrefs filter a list of target keywords that have feature snippet on the search result page, and your site also rank within top 10. And if you don't know what is a feature snippet, so it's a small piece of content that ranks at the very top of the search result page and gives a direct answers to users. And usually the answers are grabbed from one of the top ranked results. By default, Ahrefs filter position number 2 to number 8. And I would say you can further narrow to position number 2 to 5 just to get the list of keywords with the biggest potential. And then you can check how the comparator structure the content, with what format, how long is the length, any header used it, to try stealing that feature snippet and do similar to test before you add more new fresh content. And third, it is to check keywords rank page 2 and onwards. So again, go back to organic keywords, filter the keywords ranked position between 21 to 50. So these are the keywords having potential but need more efforts in order to show ranking improvement. For example, review both the on-page technical SEO elements and content to see if they're optimized for the target keyword, and also try to build some internal links to these pages to improve the ranking. You can also further filter by lower keyword difficulty keywords. So far, we have covered SEO performance, technical SEO audit, on-page SEO audit, and now let's talk about the off-page SEO audit. Again, we'll use the Ahrefs Webmaster Tool to do this task. The first area I will check is the site's backlink profile to check if any good backlinks the site is getting over time, because that will be a good signal that your site domain is gaining authority. But keep in mind, even if you got lots of backlinks, it doesn't mean it will help your site ranking, because the quality of the backlinks are more important than the quantity. So both are the two key areas we want to check in the off-page SEO audit. Again, on the Site Explorer, go to Backlinks Report. So here it shows a list of backlinks that pointing to your site. Then filter domain rating with at least 70, and then filter do follow links, which means for these do follow links, the link equity can be transferred from the linking domain, and you should aim to get more of these links. So by default, Ahrefs helps to group similar links. So basically, you can keep track of these number of the quality backlinks over time against your efforts put in building digital PR or quality content to see if that's effective. A pro tip here, so you can take a step further to see what are these referring domains and see if they're also within your niche, because then they will help you to build up your topical authority and so are premium backlinks. Another aspect in the off-page SEO audit is to check if any backlinks coming from toxic or spammy domains that can hurt your site ranking, and how many of them. Again, on the backlink report, we can filter those that may look spammy by using the domain rating DR filter. So that is between 0 to 20. And also filter those are also do follow links. So if you have a large proportion of backlinks from these low quality domains, that may not be a good sign. So what I usually do is to just take a quick glance at the title to see if anything that looks really suspicious and toxic. And if you want, you can also export them out to a CSV file to further investigate. In a really extreme situations, you may consider disavoting some of these spammy domains by reporting to Google. But from my experience, you don't have to do it most of the time unless you see you're facing a huge penalty from Google because of these toxic domains that hurting your site. But I would say if just a few of them and not over 1,000 of these links, then it's still pretty normal. And now you may ask, when we should do an SEO audit? I would say normally a monthly SEO audit like this is more than enough, even for a big website. And in some cases, you may want to do a more frequent audit. For example, you just have a big website revamp, changing the page structure, having lots of content updates, or you see there is a huge fluctuations in clicks and ranking performance, or you know there is a major search engine algo updates, then you may wish to do it more frequently. But if you're checking your site SEO performance regularly, then I think you should be able to spot anything abnormal before doing a proper SEO audit. Alright, so this is basically how you do an SEO audit using completely free tools. If you need the checklist I've mentioned, feel free to download in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please also give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.